Whenever you want to publish something new on your WordPress site, chances are this will be a new post. Whether it's an image, a video, a quick update, or a profound piece of literary genius, you probably want it to appear at the top of your front page so that people can find it, comment on it, and share it. WordPress was originally built just to publish posts, and the post is still the core feature of the application. Creating and editing posts is what you'll spend the most time doing in WordPress, so the creators of WordPress have made this process as easy and as powerful as possible for you. So, let's take a look at how to create and edit posts from the WordPress dashboard. We'll start by creating a new post. As I showed you previously, to create a new post in the WordPress dashboard, you either go to Posts and select Add New, or you can go to the WordPress toolbar at any time, hover over New, and select Post. This takes you to the Add New Post window where you'll build out your post. And the first thing you need to do is give your post a title. It's actually really important that when you create new content in WordPress, you always give that content a title. Because when you come back and you look at the index of all your content, the only thing you'll see is the title. So if you don't give a post a title, you'll simply have an untitled post, and it'll be really hard to find the post you're looking for. So the first rule of thumb here is always give any post or any page or any media item a title so you can find it later. This post is going to be called Why We Take Pictures. And you'll notice the second I place my cursor anywhere else, WordPress does an autosave of my post. This means as I start typing out content here, WordPress will keep saving that content in increments, so if my internet connection breaks or my computer shuts down or something else happens, I won't lose the content I'm typing in. The text editor here works just like any other text editor. You simply type out some text, and you can type out some more text. And if you don't like what you see, you can delete it. There's also lots of other formatting options, and we'll look at those later on in the movie. For now, I just want some content that I can save so I can start working with it. Now, to save you some time, I've already written a post, so you don't have to watch me write the whole post. But I wrote that post in word processing software, in this case Microsoft Word. And now I need to grab the content from the post and put it into WordPress. Now I know the inclination here is to simply highlight all the content in Word, copy it, and then paste it into WordPress. But that's not a really good idea, because if we look at the content in my Word document, you'll see there's some styling here. First of all the text has fonts. You see that the regular text has a sans serif font, and the title have a serif font. There's also size differences between them. And all this is styling. So if I were to copy this and just paste it into WordPress, I would also copy all the styling over into WordPress. I don't want to do that because this styling you see in the Word document is styling meant for Microsoft Word. When you put content on the web, you want to make sure that you have styling formatted for the web. So before I copy and paste this, I need to find a function that will help me strip off all the styling. And that function is hidden in what's known as the kitchen sink. The kitchen sink is this button here on the far right hand of the first row of buttons in your editor. When you click on it, you open a second row of buttons. My recommendation is to always click on the kitchen sink because you will always want to use the features here. To be frank, I don't know why it's always closed when you start off with WordPress because it's the first thing you should be clicking on. Now that we have the kitchen sink open, you'll see there are two clipboards here. You have paste as plain text and also paste from Word. I prefer to use paste as plain text because it gives me plain text to work with. You can try to experiment with paste as Word, but sometimes it doesn't work exactly the way you want it to. So here I want to paste in content from Word, so I'm going to use paste as plain text. I'll click on it. This opens a little modal window where I can paste in content from anywhere. So I'm going to go back to Word, highlight all the content I want to copy it, go back, and paste it in. It looks kind of weird now because all of this is now just plain text. And you'll note I keep this keep line breaks checked so that all my line breaks will display. And now all I have to do is click Insert, and my content is displayed inside my post. You'll also notice all the styling is gone, which is exactly what I want. Now that I have my content, I'm going to click Save Draft just to make sure that there's an actual save of my content. And then I'm going to click Preview. I can do that either in the Publish panel over here on the right-hand side, or because I just saved, I get a warning here at the top that says Preview Post. I can click on any of these links. The post will open in a separate tab or window, and here I can see the content I've created so far. We have the title, we have the date, my name, a link to leave a comment, and then the content itself. Now I have a post I can work with, but before we move on to more advanced options, let me show you a couple of more things. You'll remember from earlier in the course that within WordPress, you can always move all these panels around. Now that doesn't apply to the title and content of a post, but it applies to everything else. You see the Publish panel, the Format panel, the categories and tags and featured image can all be moved around. And if I scroll to the top and open Screen Options, you'll see there are other options here too. Excerpt, Send Trackbacks, Custom Fields, Discussion, Slug, and Author. We'll look at all of these in greater detail later. Within the Edit window, there's an additional option. You'll see that by default, it's set to the Visual Editor, which shows you just the text as it will be displayed. But you also have a text editor, which will show you the HTML version of it. So as we start adding links or images, you'll see the actual code version of your content under text, while you'll see what it'll actually look like, or a facsimile of what it'll look like under Visual. Finally, if you feel like this edit window is too small, you can change its size. All you have to do is pull your mouse down to the bottom right-hand corner, and here you have a tab that allows you to increase or decrease the size of the edit window to fit with your preferences and your screen. Creating new posts is about as easy as it can get in WordPress. The key thing to remember here is that when you're working with WordPress, nothing is ever final. Anything can be edited, updated, deleted, and restored at any time.